It's draft season. Hopefully, the Packers can take a wide receiver in the first round. Let's hope they can get it. Let's hope. Go, Pack, go. Hello, folks. Welcome to Pack Reacts. I am your co-host Jeremy, and along with Mike as our other co-host. And tonight we'll be doing our Packers mock draft, and we'll be talking about Packer wide receiver moves and our top 5 draft needs, and talk a little bit about Deebo Samuel about the Packers. So, just before we get to that, next week, if you guys haven't already, make sure me and Mike are hosting the draft on the stream, and you guys can come on if you want to, and we just want to see your reactions of your favorite teams to pick if they're picking. So we want to see that. So make sure if you want to be on it, just let me know in the chat if you want to be on, and I'll get you hooked up for next week. And the draft is next week. It's 1 week away, guys. So stay tuned for that. Let's hope the draft doesn't go bad for the Packers. Let's hope that happens. All right, let's go with the first topic for tonight. Deebo Samuel, Green Bay. I don't think so at all.
No, unfortunately not. I would love it, but I saw something that like Ken Engel said something about in order for the Packers to fit him under the cap with what money he's going to command, they're going to have to like restructure basically every contract that they have right now. So,
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. I also don't think San Francisco would ever trade Deebo to the Packers. I don't necessarily not think they're going to trade him. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be to the Packers, in my opinion. It'd be to a team like the Jets or something in the AFC.
Yeah.
Or not as big of a contender as the Packers in the NFC. So I don't see it happening. I'm not very excited. Would I be happy about it? Probably, yeah. But I don't think it's going to happen. So I haven't really let my mind stray to that point.
I haven't either. I think that basically we don't need Deebo. I mean, I would love if we got Deebo, but I don't think we need him because one, he just wants to be a wide receiver, and he doesn't want to do that running back stuff. But Aaron Jones kind of does what he does in that, but it's not better than Deebo Samuel's at that role of the hybrid wide receiver kind of pass catch guy. He's not, and I just don't think it's enough for Green Bay to take on Deebo Samuel on a contract.
I mean, that's an interesting point you brought up about Aaron Jones and the way he would complement Deebo. I wouldn't necessarily say that Deebo doesn't want to do everything that he's been doing. I know that surfaced in the media that that was a big issue he has in San Francisco, is the way he's kind of basically used as a power back and wants to be more of a receiver. I think it's probably just the number of carries he's getting, because I kind of get the shelf life of a running back in the NFL is much shorter than shelf life of a receiver.
Yeah.
But I think Deebo should also kind of recognize the fact that he kind of, obviously he had a good year last year, but I don't think we would have been talking about him last year like he did this year, just because, the way Shanahan used him this year as a, basically hybrid running back, which, and I could be remembering this wrong, but I don't think it was this much last year with Deebo. I think there's more of a this year thing, right?
This was his breakout season, is what I can remember, and that's why he got praised for that hybrid role of that running back wide receiver, because you saw more, and Shanahan used a lot more use. Like, they used it before, but they went all in for Samuel this year, really. Like you saw in the Dallas and Green Bay game. They kept using him so much.
Right. And I think the way Shanahan used him really, he really kind of blew up this year in the national media because of the way, because no one's really used to a receiver that is used in that fashion.
No.
And, it was kind of a unique thing that obviously he's a good player, and he was a good player last year, but he really, I think, got a lot of media press and was really, one of the top players on their team in the media's eyes, I'm saying, because again, you could be a good player like Kenny Clark, let's say, right? Kenny Clark, very good player.
Yep.
Doesn't get a lot of media attention. Why? He's
No.
kind of well, first of all, he's playing defensive tackle, right? But look at Aaron Donald and the media attention he gets. I think because it was such a unique position and unique role he was in, I think it kind of drew a lot of people to that. Also, like sports betting too. Like I remember that there was a bet for like DraftKings or FanDuel for New York that in the Cowboys playoff game, it was saying that he would get more than 38 yards rushing or something. And it was just like a unique stat for a receiver. Yeah. And it kind of just makes you think, oh, Deebo, that's kind of what he is. I don't mean sometimes it's bad to put people in that kind of box, but I think in this case it actually kind of helped him because it kind of put him in a box of like one. Like it's a very unique skill set that Shanahan had him in, and I think he really benefited from it in just terms of his career and the way people view him compared to other receivers in the league. So I don't necessarily think he should. Now, maybe he does want to completely go away from that. I don't think he should go completely away from kind of the way he was used this year. And, I think that would be a good fit on the Packers, really would, because I think LaFleur would kind of use him in that aspect, but also wouldn't overdo it. I think there's kind of a fine balance where you still want to be a receiver, but you kind of want to sprinkle that in kind of, here and there.
Yeah. So
you still have that aspect of his game. So I think LaFleur would be good for Deebo, in my opinion. But like I said, I don't think it's even possible to get him because I don't think San Francisco would trade him here. But it's worth a call. They called about Rodgers, calling about Deebo. But I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's happened, but if somehow we were to get him and all cap space were to work out and all it was fine if it worked out fine for us to get him. My concern is they would use him a lot in those jet sweeps like they did with Allen Lazard. They would put him there. But the question I like to see is where's Deebo and Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon? Are they all three gaming on the field? Or are they going to do some mixed coverages to mix it up, kind of play like a Kyle Shanahan, more offense is what it's going to look like because they share the same philosophy of their offensive schemes. So it's going to be really like the 49ers offense, except you have an MVP QB and you have maybe another guy. But that's kind of what I remember with the Niners in 2019 when they were back at the NFC Championship is where they had multiple guys besides Raheem Mostert, and they kept trying to do different stuff, and it somehow worked out. They got them all the way to the Super Bowl. They lost, but it worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Deebo, if he had a team to pick in the league, I think Green Bay is one of the better spots for him to go.
Definitely.
Again, I don't think he's going to get there because he's not a free agent, and also we probably don't have the money to pay him, but they were going to pay Devontae. They didn't do it. So they in theory could make it work, but I don't think the trade's going to happen. But yeah, no, I would be interested in it. I mean, that wouldn't be a worse case scenario for the trade Devontae effectively for Deebo Samuel, right? Because it's probably going to be similar compensation you'd have to give.
Yeah.
So if you gave the picks up that you got for Adams for Deebo, I mean, it's kind of, you're getting a lot younger at the position, which is good. I mean, he's not as, proven as Devontae is, but I mean, I'm pretty certain that Deebo's going to be able to continue this level of production. I don't think he's a fluke in it by any means. So to get that much younger at a position, is definitely really good. So I wouldn't be against it, but again, I'm not going to waste. We've already talked about it in my mind too much because I don't think it's going to happen. So it's good to think in theory, but in reality, it's very unlikely.
It's like creating your own fantasy football team. You wish it could happen, but it's not going to happen.
Right. But he was in Milwaukee for the playoff game, not last night, but 2 nights ago, I think, for the Bucks. So I don't know.
I mean, the Bucks did play last night, though. They played
he was there. Rodgers was there, and a lot of Packers players were there. But
there was Preston and Cobb was there, I remember. Because I saw Preston on his story. He posted in the section.
I think a lot of players had a box.
Yeah.
Rodgers and Cobb were there with the owner. Yep. Apparently, I was looking him up today because it was Rodgers, Cobb, the Bucks owner, who's apparently founded Fortress private equity firm. I don't know how familiar you are with private equity firms.
No.
That's my industry. I work in private equity. So, yeah, he apparently founded Fortress. And his daughter was next to him, in between him and Rogers. And apparently she's like some big Instagram influencer. So,
Gotcha.
that was it. But then the other Packers players were up in the box, I think. But,
Yeah. All right, let's get to our next topic. The Green Bay Packers got a wide receiver, Sammy Watkins.
correct.
I don't know. I mean, they did get a veteran, which I liked, but Sammy, I don't know how I. This is like an all right. It's not a bad choice, but you're not gonna get like a Devontae Adams stats. As for all we know, it's not gonna happen, but he could fill a solid role for us.
He's a first-round receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's talking about that. I mean, some people are. No, I mean, I think it makes sense, especially what they paid for him. I think they paid $375,000 guaranteed, and the rest is he has to be on the team to make. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Max is $4 million. That's not bad at all.
Nope.
And that's if he gets there, which apparently a lot of it is unlikely to be earned, which has cap implications. But if it's unlikely to be earned, he's probably not going to make it anyway, right? So, it's only upside. If you paid $4 million, that must mean he had a great season, right? So,
yeah,
I think it's a good signing. I said that I think Will Fuller was going to come, and kind of see Sammy Watkins taking kind of a similar role. He's probably a better run blocker.
Yeah.
But I mean, pulling up his stats, his best year was 2015.
I believe so.
With the Bills.
Yes.
That's where he started his career. Yeah, he's been here for. I didn't realize he's been in the league this long, but his first 2 years he was really good. He had 982 yards his rookie season, 1,047 his sophomore season, but then he kind of dropped off after that.
Yeah.
I think injuries kind of plagued him.
Yes.
Last year with the Ravens, he had that great first game, right? He had like 200 yards or something in the first game, and then it was non-existent the rest of the year. I think got hurt at some point, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Obviously on the Chiefs, helped them win a Super Bowl, so he was kind of a role player on the Chiefs, but he had that big catch in the AFC Championship game.
Was that against no?
Or was it against in the Super Bowl because he said he saw Devontae Adams beat Sherman, right? And then,
yes, that was.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
that was.
So I think it was in the Super Bowl he made that play.
That was it. I mean, Sammy, he's familiar with the offense since he had Matt LaFleur as his offensive coordinator back in with the Los Angeles Rams when he was with them. So he knows the system. I think he knows it well, but he's got to prove it if he wants to get on this team. Like, we're just giving him a contract for the market. Like we did this with Campbell and Douglas last year. Literally, two guys randomly off the market, and someone they turn into great players for us. So this could happen third time, maybe again. I don't know. But it's just a determination of how will he do with Aaron Rodgers. And once he gets clicking with Rodgers, like Patrick Mahomes did with him, it's going to be good for us and be a solid guy and reliable for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those low risk, high reward kind of signings, not giving up a lot for him, not a lot of cap space. If you're in 2014 or 2015, you're probably over the moon.
Yeah.
2022, sitting here, you're probably a little bit lukewarm, but you're not really paying that much for it. So if he's going to have a bounce back year in his career, this is going to be it, right? With Rodgers and a new team, hopefully healthy.
Yes.
Hopefully stays healthy. Obviously, no one could predict that. But, if he's going to have a bounce back year, which I'm not saying he is, I really don't know. I'm not overjoyed for this signing, but I think it's a smart signing. I think it's a necessary signing. As I said, obviously, we're going to have to get better through the draft and receiver. I mean, there was nobody they were going to sign in a free agency that's going to come in as Devontae Adams.
No.
So the only way you're going to have a long-term solution at receiver is through the draft. However, it doesn't mean you don't need veteran voices in the room. I mean, I know you have Randall Cobb already, but you still need at least another veteran. We said that, and I don't know how many people watched that episode, but I did say that. So you need they're going to get one veteran, whether it be Julio Jones, which I still don't want Julio Jones because I don't think he's going to stay healthy.
No.
I think he's proven that.
Yep.
I said it was going to be Will Fuller. I don't know. Maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe I was wrong there. It was a good thing. I also said back then that I was going to try to get a prop bet because I was that confident about it. I didn't find one, and I'm glad I didn't because it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I mean, I guess just still a lot of ball game left on that, but I don't think so. But I think Sammy Watkins is going to definitely be a veteran voice in the room, bring experience to the room. And I think he could have a good impact on the team. Rodgers seemed happy about it. Rodgers seemed to be a proponent on it. So I think he could have a good year. I don't think he's going to have a Devontae Adams year. Let's say anything probably over 650 yards is probably a good season. 650, let's say 6 touchdowns. I'm happy at that production if you can get that.
Yeah.
But again, the Packers need to draft at least 2 receivers this draft next week, maybe 3. Probably 2 top receivers in the first, second rounds, and maybe third. But they're going to have to get younger at the position and really get somebody that has long-term potential. I don't think Sammy Watkins is your long-term solution here. He's just really a stopgap. But then again, no one said Devondre Campbell or Rasul Douglas was going to be a long-term solution. So again, the ball's in his court at this point. Yeah. He's on the team. He's not making a lot, but he's betting on himself.
Exactly.
And he's got Aaron Rodgers on his side. So Sammy Watkins has a lot to prove this year, and hopefully he does. And it's a great reward for us for taking a chance. Not that we really took a chance because we're not paying much. So
exactly. I mean, Goon Quincy likes to do these kind of moves. He's done this before throughout the regular season or the offseason. He, as I just mentioned, with Rasul Douglas and Campbell, he tried to do with them. They worked out. There were other times where it didn't work out, like the Cowboys linebacker. I forget what his name was. They tried to get
Jalen Smith.
Yes, and he was there for like a week, and he got cut. They did with the offensive line with Jared Valdir that one year in 2019, or God's. Yes, that was a good last. What was the move? I think it was either during the COVID time where I think they did try to get him again, but he couldn't because he got COVID that week in playoffs, and then they tried to go after
Dennis Kelly. He was Dennis Kelly was last year. Jared Valdir, he came back for the championship game against the Buccaneers, right? Because he was on the Colts.
He was on the Colts,
but he was.
Got out.
He was on the practice squad and he was elevated as a COVID replacement, right?
Yes.
And then because they lost, since he wasn't actually on the team, he was on the practice squad. They were able to sign him off the practice squad and get him in the same season. It was like a really weird, almost reading between the lines and kind of taking advantage of the way the rules was a flaw in the rule. But it was legal. It just probably wasn't intended.
Yes.
But that's what happened with Valdir. But he's had a lot of these kind of like stopgap signings that have worked out for us. Like you said, Jalen Smith didn't work out, but we didn't really lose anything there either. So kind of no harm, no foul. But I think it's been more successful than not. So hopefully this is another example of it. But only time will tell. But like I said, the ball's in his court now. We'll kind of see if his heart's in it and if he really wants to take advantage of this opportunity, because I think this is the best opportunity he's going to get in his career, playing with Rodgers, really not having anybody else on the team that kind of has his skill set that can be as good as he can. Like, I don't think Randall Cobb is going to be as good as Watkins could be at this point.
No.
And I don't think, I hope Amari Rodgers takes a step up, but I don't think he's going to take a gigantic step up this year. No, I don't know. I don't want to.
No, I think he could. I think he'll definitely improve. I don't know if I would want to keep on special teams wise. I don't know because the hands were an issue last year in that department.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to jump ship on Rodgers yet, just because a lot of people, including kind of myself, did that with Devontae Adams in his first 2 years. So got to give him time to develop. It's draft and develop for a reason. You can't necessarily dog a guy for 1 year where he didn't have a ton of opportunities at receiver. But again, I don't think he's going to be. I don't think you could rely on Rodgers, and I think that's pretty safe to say is you can't rely on him. Worst cases, I mean, best cases, you don't rely on him, and then he really takes a step up, and I'd love that. And don't get me wrong, but you can't rely on him.
Yeah,
Hopefully, you can rely on Watkins as a number 2. I don't know if you
that's
can rely on him as a number 1.
I
That's
can't
why I think
see.
you need to get a really good receiver in the draft.
Yeah,
To maybe not be number 1 day 1, but and Lazard kind of is number 1 day 1, but
yeah,
really quickly thereafter takes over that number 1 role.
yeah,
But I think Lazard is probably going to be your number 1 opening day,
yeah. I mean,
and
I
Cobb and then a receiver and a rookie.
I mean, I want to double dip on wide receiver badly, so we at least come down with like 2, 3 receivers. But I would be fine in the first round. We get like a speedy, like kind of not what the Packers usually look for in a receiver. Then like the later rounds, you can go after a big person like Christian Watson, who can like fulfill that like big role that Packers like look for, a DK Metcalf kind of version.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess when we get to this segment of the show where we're doing a mock draft, which I'm sure a lot of people are doing now, so it's just
Yeah.
going to be one of many. But I don't know if the mock draft will do as great of a job as what I think is going to happen. And I was watching, what do you call it, the clickbait sports at work a little bit earlier. They were doing a mock draft themselves,
Yes, they
and they were
were.
saying that there's going to be a run on receivers because of the contracts that have been given out to
Yes.
receivers. And I was thinking about that. I was like, you're probably right. Because of especially in the first round, because of the 5th-year option. If you
Yeah.
pick a receiver first pick of the second round, you don't have that 5th-year option, and then now you're gonna have to probably pay him a lot more than if you picked him in the first. So there could be very likely a run on receivers where Watson goes in the first, Pickens goes in the first.
Mhm.
I mean, I think everyone else probably was going to go in the first anyway. That we would be thinking about maybe
Yes.
Sky Moore goes in the first, which I wouldn't think have gone in the first
No.
before this. So there could be a lot of receivers picked, and most drafts there's at least 3, 4, maybe 5 quarterbacks picked in the first. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 gets picked in. I would be surprised if honestly 2 if 2 gets picked in the first round this year.
Mhm.
I think it's more likely that 1 does.
Yeah, I have.
Probably Malik Willis is probably your number 1 quarterback coming off the board, and the rest of them probably second round players.
I
So
yeah.
I could think of a lot of receivers going the first. I don't know.
I think
We'll
like
see.
three. I think 3 QBs could go with Malik Willis, as you just said. Kenny Pickett, maybe to the Saints. Like I know the Saints like Winston, but I think they need another person to develop under that. And then the same with the Detroit Lions, because you're not going to have Jared Goff as your savior for the future. You might as well just draft a QB with the last pick you have in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Lions go quarterback this year. I mean, well, what they have do they have the 32nd pick this year? They do, right? Because
It was the
so
Rams.
they're definitely not going to get him in the first pick. What is it? Pick number 2, right?
Yeah.
So they're not going to get one there.
Yeah.
Maybe they get him at 32, possibly. Say that we'll get the fifth round, and if there's someone they like, maybe. But I think next year is, and I haven't done it. I've done minimal research. I'll be honest on this year's draft. So I've definitely done
same.
about 0 research on next year's draft. But I believe it's a much better quarterback draft next year. I believe it's much better.
That's why I kept hearing clickbait sports was the reason why the Steelers were just going after Mitchell Trubisky just by liking him is so they didn't have to draft one this year, so they can kind of wait till next year to draft their main guy in the first round.
Yeah, so Bryce Young from Alabama, C.J. Stroud from Ohio State next year. Yeah, so basically, the Alabama, and then Justin Fields went right. Why am I blanking on his name? What's the New England's
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, right?
Yes.
They won last year, and then no one this year, obviously, because you need to be in college at least 2 years. But the next year, you're going to have Stroud and Bryce Young come out. So I'm not sure if they're going to be the top ones, but those are 2 big names. And so I would think, if anything, the Lions should wait till next year.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be contenders this year anyway.
Nope.
But hey, if Malik Willis drops to 32, I'd probably pick him up. I think he's probably the best quarterback in this draft.
Definitely. I kept hearing rumors he might go number 2, but I don't think the Lions are that. I don't think it's worth it for the Lions to do that far.
I mean, if anything, trade down at that point.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering what's going to happen with them because I wouldn't be surprised if they trade back or trade up with that second first-round pick. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they could trade up, but no. If you're the Lions and you want Malik Willis, I'd trade down.
Yeah,
I'm seeing here on one mock draft I'm looking at right now, Malik Willis going 6 to the Seahawks. I don't know.
I think he goes Panthers.
And it's also a trade.
I think he goes.
Yeah,
Panthers.
this is number 6 is a mock trade from the Panthers. You're right about that, but
that's where I see Malik because no matter what the Panthers do with that first pick, it's gonna be a QB no matter what because you either have Sam Darnold, you could trade for Baker Mayfield, or you can have Malik Willis. Like it's kind of weird in Carolina, but they might go for QB.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'd be interesting, but yeah, I don't think a quarterback goes in the top 5. Maybe top 10, but I don't think top 5.
Exactly. All right, let's get to our next topic. Packers top 5 draft needs. We will start from 5 to 1. Mike, you can start with your list of 5 to 1 of each position for the Packers needs.
Oh, you wanted me to go 5? Okay. I was going to say quarterback, number 1. I think we should trade up. I think it's that big of a need.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm being facetious.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I necessarily have a 5 to 1. Let me just. You want to go first? Let me see if I can write this out.
Sure. I think I had edge rusher was my number 5 because I want that depth. And in case Rashawn or Preston got hurt, I would take edge so we get to have that establishment, especially since Darius Smith left us. They really have no other pass rusher after that. So I would be fine if the Packers took a pass rusher at that time, but I don't think it's a higher need. It's more of like a luxury liability if they want to assure that position for the Packers. That's my number 5. My number 4 I had was offensive line is what I did here because Billy Turner is gone. He got cut by the Packers, and my main concern is going to be offensive tackle. And kind of another liability is see where the Packers are going to move that offensive line, depending on how Jenkins comes back from the injury and Bakhtiari from his torn ACLs, and how the rest is going to turn out. That's my main question for the Packers offensive line is how it's going to figure out. And I still think they should draft an offensive lineman, but usually Packers don't draft offensive line in the first round because they usually don't. They get in the later rounds and they turn out to be steals for the Packers. And Gutekunst does very well at nailing the offensive lineman. So I think they should draft it, but not high in the draft. Though. I think I have that. I will have that. Number 3, I will say defensive line because yes, they did address defensive line with Jeremy Reed coming in. I still think they need to get more help as a luxury and give Clark more help. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers go after defensive line because there's 2 guys from Georgia who I really like. Wyatt and Davis is who the guys I really like, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers go after them. Those guys I would really like because you could stuff them and make that run defense like it was kind of good last year, but you can make it more better and solid for them. So I think the Packers still need to do that. And then coming at number 2, I have his safety because Adrian Amos is entering the final year of his contract. Darnell Savage is entering the 5th-year option, like kind of seeing if he's going to get the 5th-year option pickup or not. So that's kind of determination of where we see where the Packers need to ensure, because after those 2, the Packers have no safeties, and I think they need to ensure it. So if they get that, it would help the Packers out very much, and that's my number 2 position for safety. So wouldn't be surprised if the Packers address it with their second first round in the early picks. And then my final one, which is the main one, is wide receiver. As I mentioned on the show already with Mike, they need to address it. You have Allen Lazard as your number 1, and they cannot afford to go with what it is now, and they have to address this position. I would like it to be number 1, Chris Olave. If he was come, I doubt it's going to happen, but I really would love that if it were to occur. Just really bring out like 2, 3 guys from this draft as wide receiver, and Packers will be fine and good. The main hole for the Packers really is wide receiver. Every other position is fine. It's just a luxury we need, and we could get easily better for the Packers. So that is my top 5. Mike, you can go.
Yeah. Okay. I got my 5, and I also have something I'm going to go off script a little bit here.
Okay.
So I also did my top 5 draft needs, but then the top 5 like non-draft needs. You know what I mean? Like things we don't need to draft at. Okay.
That's fine.
So I want to hear yours too. So I'll give you some time when I'm talking to come up with that.
Okay.
So like, one being what we're best at. We don't need anybody at, and 5 being obviously. You're picking up what I'm putting down. But anyway, okay. So
Yes.
My top 5, right?
Yes.
So I think we basically have the same positions, just different order. So number 5, I have safety as number 5.
Okay.
Reason being is I don't necessarily think Adrian Amos goes anywhere after this season. I think, he's happy in Green Bay. I think Green Bay values his services. I think he's probably going to get another contract. So because of that belief, I don't think you're going to have a hole there. Darnell Savage, I'm a little bit higher on him than a lot of people. I think he had a down year last year, but I think he's still a good player. I think he's going to have a breakout year this year, I hope. So, your top 2 safeties, in my mind, at least, it's definitely not an immediate need, right? Because if anything, it's a long-term need as in next year. So definitely not an immediate need unless somebody goes down.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not much, depth behind them. Who's their backup at this point? Henry Black, is he still on the team?
Yes.
I don't even think they picked up his restricted tender, didn't they?
I think he's still with him because I think he was the one he was the only one that picked up that tender, but there were some other guys I'm pretty sure that didn't pick up.
No, he's a free agent now. I didn't think yeah.
Okay.
So I don't. There's definitely somebody that name is escaping me right now. Let's see. Sorry, riveting content. Vernon Scott in his games is really your backups, and there's Sean Davis too. I don't think he makes a team, but yeah. So Vernon Scott, I think got some playing time last year, but after Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos, pretty light. So I think you need to pick a safety at some point. I don't think it's an immediate need, so I have a number as 5, but it's definitely a need.
Yes.
And if they don't pick Adrian Amos back up next year, and they don't extend him, then I agree. Then I would move that even higher on the list. But I do think they're going to bring it back. So
that's fine.
Yeah. So number 4, I say is defensive line. I probably would have made this higher without the Jarran Reed signing. I do think that was a good signing. Yeah. I think he's going to be a good player. I think he might have a similar impact to kind of. Obviously not to the extent Devondre Campbell did, but I think he's going to help. TJ Slaton, I think, is going to take a step this year.
Yes.
Obviously, Kenny Clark. So that's 3 good players on the interior.
Exactly.
I was impressed, and this I don't say lightly because I was really down on him before this, but I was impressed with Dean Lowry last year.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying that because I really before that thought that was a terrible signing.
Exactly.
And I still think it was a pretty bad contract.
I still too.
I think he got way overpaid for the performance he's doing, but I did think he had a good season last year, and he definitely helped the team more than he hurt them. So I was happy with Dean Lowry's performance last year. But anyway, so I don't think it's a glaring need because of the Jarran Reed signing, but I do think that you need to get younger at the position, and I think we could pick somebody up that would help out the group. So I had that number 4. Number 3 is offensive tackle for me, not offensive line like you said, offensive tackle. Because and the reason why is the Packers have invested a lot of draft capital the past few years in the interior offensive line. They went 2nd round for center last year with Myers, and then they got Runyon, at guard, Newman at guard. They picked like 3 guards. Jake, whatever, the guy from Oregon, Jake
Hansen.
Jake Hansen.
Yep.
which I don't even think is on the team anymore. Him,
I,
but
don't- I think
there
he's on
was
practice
somebody
squad.
else. They put a
Right.
lot of draft capital in the interior of the offensive line.
Yosh
So I
Neiman?
think, yeah, he's a tackle though.
Oh, okay.
But and he was also undrafted, I believe. But yeah, so I think that offensive line, the interior offensive line is probably okay. Maybe you could get somebody late on, but I don't think it's an immediate need. So I think tackle though, obviously you lost
Yes.
Billy Turner. David Bakhtiari hopefully is good to go day one, but who knows how he bounces back from this injury. So that's obviously a concern. Elgin Jenkins, obviously he's not going to be ready day one. Hopefully he comes back. We're looking at what happened to Bakhtiari this year. Who knows with, ACL injuries. So
Exactly.
hopefully, he comes back healthy at some point. But I definitely think you need to get younger, and offensive tackle is a big need, as in, like, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's picked it as offensive tackle in the first 2 rounds. Definitely, probably the first 1, 2, 3 rounds. And if not the first 3 rounds, definitely in the top 4. So, offensive tackle is my number 3. Number 2, which I believe you had as number 3 or 4, if I remember correctly, is edge rusher.
I had that 5.
5. Oh, you had a 5.
Yeah.
Say so. We kind of deviate on this one. And the reason why I have them as number 2 is because obviously I'm high on Rashawn Gary this year, and I think he's going to, really have a big year this year and take over the edge position for the Packers. But, edge is such an important position in the 3-4 defense.
Yes.
That you kind of need to keep the cupboard stocked, and you can't, rely on a top 2, kind of like you can with safety, and not have any depth behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Preston Smith, I'm happy they got him back. I think he had a good year last year, and I think he's going to hopefully continue to have a good year. But he also has this tendency to have 1 year on, 1 year off.
Yes.
And this would be the year off. So I hope that doesn't happen. I was watching his press conference the other day, and he says he thinks he knows why that's happened, and he's going to fix it, but he doesn't want to tell anybody why. I don't know if he's just BSing and making a joke, but I mean, if you really know why, then why would you even allow that to happen in the first place, right? So
exactly.
No, I think he's hopefully has another good year, but obviously you lose Darius. Not that you had him last year, but now he's really off the team. I do like Jonathan Garvin, but I don't think he's a barn burner. I don't think he's going to be your starter anytime soon.
Exactly.
So not having any depth at the edge position really does kind of scare me.
Yeah.
And I think that is a bigger need, and I could even see them going that at 22.
I wouldn't. Yes.
And if they don't go at 22, I'd probably see them go at 28 because you need to have depth there. And, I think they need one more guy with a lot of big potential. So edge is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And where we kind of realign in terms of our list is obviously receiver. I mean, I don't think there's really any arguing that.
Nope.
Do they have to pick them at 22? They don't have to. But I think there's no arguing that receiver is the number 1 priority for the Packers in terms of getting better and getting younger. And even if they brought back Adams, I think it's probably still number 1 in the draft. And I said this even before they dropped or they traded Adams, is the Packers have neglected receiver in the draft for many years. But going back to when they picked 3 of them, but they were, lower round picks.
Exactly.
And I'm not necessarily saying you have to pick a first round receiver, but we had a lot of success with second round receivers, right?
Yes.
Adams, Nelson, Cobb. Just having a receiver in the first or second round, I think, is a big difference than what you can kind of get later. And we haven't done really anything of that sort recently. So I think that receiver is going to be the biggest need, biggest immediate need in terms of with Adams. Maybe it wasn't necessarily the thing that was going to stop you from getting to the Super Bowl this year. Now it very well may be.
Yeah.
But I think they need to get younger where you get somebody in the develop phase. It's draft and develop means that you have to draft somebody first of all, then develop them, but it's not necessarily going to be overnight. Hopefully you draft a Justin Jefferson type that comes in and is better than everybody else day one, or Jamar Chase. I'd love that. That doesn't
Cool.
happen all the time, so it kind of takes time. But in order to start that clock, you need to draft, and
Exactly.
there's only 1 day or 2 days a year, other than the last day of the draft, right? Where you could actually draft somebody, right? So you need to draft somebody. I've been
Exactly.
saying it for years, but we need to draft somebody. So
Exactly.
and if you don't draft, then you can't develop
Exactly.
because no one's on your team unless you pick up free agents that are later on in their career, and then we'll have the same conversation we had with Sammy Watkins. With hopefully he works out, but there's no real upside other than the fact that you're getting him for cheap. When you draft somebody, well, he's young, and you hope to develop him to get better. Sammy Watkins, you kind of know where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he gets, kind of regresses back to the median, and other than going the wrong way. But with a young receiver, there's a lot of upside, and the sky's the kind of limit. So
exactly.
No pun intended with Sky Moore.
All right. Do you want me to go with my non? Do you want me to start with the non, or do you want?
Did you want me to do it with mine? I forgot about that. Okay. So.
I just created mine.
All right, let me go. We'll do like a snake draft. So you start, then I go my two, and then you go your last one. Okay. All right, so I'll go a little bit quicker here. So my fifth one is, I couldn't really think of anything, so I kind of did a cop out here, but it's punter. I don't think you signed Pat O'Donnell if you're not going to have him be your punter. So I don't think they draft a punter. I think they kind of set there. Hopefully, nice veteran in the special teams room is going to help us. And with Rich Bisaccia, I think that was a good signing. So punter's number 5. 4 inside linebacker. Obviously, get Devondre Campbell back. Mm-hmm. You have Chris Barnes already. There's not much depth behind them, but inside linebacker is kind of a position that you don't necessarily need a lot of depth. It's kind of very important position in my eyes, but it's not as important as some other positions. So, I think we're kind of set inside linebacker right now because they brought Devondre Campbell back. It would have been a different story if they didn't. 3 is running back. Obviously, you got Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. Ooh, I have an interesting story about A.J. Dillon, by the way. I don't know if we want to save that till the end of the story, but till the end of the episode. But I was talking to somebody in between our episodes, and I have some dirt on A.J. Dillon, which I'm surprised I'd be saying. Yeah, we might want to save this for a clickbait title where you're trying to get some eyes on this. But
is this with his experience with Boston College by any chance?
It actually is. Yeah,
I think.
Did I tell you this?
I don't think you told me. I was watching. I believe it was the dude. It was on Nagler's show, and he was.
No. There's nothing to do with that. I have some breaking news. It's not really breaking. It's not really much, but I have some internal information I just stumbled upon by talking to somebody.
We can talk about that later.
No one else has this. We'll talk about it later, or maybe we'll save it for another episode. We'll kind of try to hype it up some more. But I like A.J. Dillon. These people didn't seem to like him very much, and I guess I don't know. But it does stem from Boston College's time there. So, but again, all hearsay. I don't know him personally, but these people do apparently. So, anyway, so running back, obviously A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones. I think Kylan Hill hopefully comes back from injury and is kind of picks up where he left off. I liked what I was seeing with him in preseason on special teams. So, I don't think we really need much of running back. I mean, I guess you could say Aaron Jones, is his contract up this year or next year? I think he has 2 more years, but one of those years is probably going to get voided, right? Not voided, but it's probably there's a clean break in terms of the cap, right?
I think it's next year.
So I think in theory, you might want to get somebody later on as depth, but I think A.J. Dillon and Kylan Hill, even if Jones doesn't come back next year, can kind of run things. So to me, it's not a need. Number 2 is quarterback. I mean, I don't see how you could really pick a quarterback with Rodgers signing his deal, and then unless they trade Jordan Love, then maybe that's a different story. But if you don't trade Jordan Love, I don't see how you could pick a quarterback. So they're not going to pick a quarterback because otherwise you'd have to then give rid of Kurt Banker, which I don't think they're going to do. So, if Rodgers on the team and Jordan Love's on the team, then you can't get rid of quarterback. Now, number one for me is a position they could very well draft. Quarterback, I don't think they could draft at all, but number one, I think, and the reason why I picked this is I think it's actually very stacked of a position is cornerback with obviously Eric Stokes. I think is going to make a big jump in year 2. You bring him back Rasul Douglas, which is going to be big for us, I think. Obviously, Jair Alexander is hopefully going to come back and be healthy. I'm a little bit scary that they haven't signed him to anything, and they just what's his name? The Browns guy.
Denzel Ward.
Denzel Ward just got a big contract.
Yep.
So hopefully he doesn't price himself out. But I think you kind of have to, kind of give him whatever he wants. Honestly, I don't see how you could let Jair walk. Then again, I said the same thing about Devontae, but I don't think it really was a money thing with Devontae. It was more he just wanted to go elsewhere.
Yep.
And who knows? Maybe it's the same thing with Jair. I don't think so. I don't know, but I wouldn't have said the same thing about Devontae, so I'm not really sure. But it is kind of scary that they haven't signed him. I hope they sign him before the season. Otherwise, I think that we might have a very similar situation next year with what happened to Devontae. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, for this year, because we're only looking at this year, I think cornerback is in a good spot. So that's my take. What about you?
Well, before I get to my take, I will mention that the Packers were in talks with Jair about the extension talks. So if I were to guess, now I'm not sure about this, but my best guess is right around close to training camp, right after the week of training camp is where I could see maybe where the extension could come. That's what happened with Kenny Clark and someone else happened with the extensions. That's like kind of where the Packers are with the extension talks, like where they usually sign guys. So I would think if you want a kind of scenario where he could like get the extension is that time, and he should get Denzel Ward's contract easily.
Yep.
That's my best case. All right, let's get to my take here. Number 5, I went very slightly on the position here, which was center, because the Packers draft Josh Myers, and Josh Myers is basically a Corey Linsley of where the exact school and round it was for Josh Myers, and Packers don't need another center unless Josh Myers messes up despite the injury. So I don't think it's an issue for that. That's my number 5. Number 4 I have is linebacker. This, without it's really inside linebacker issue is what I put at it was. You have Chris Barnes. He was good last year. He was solid, especially in that Chiefs game when we lost, but he was clutch on that where Patrick Mahomes is about to run in and Barnes makes that like nice tackle to prevent him from that 1 yard line to get in. Devontae Campbell, as we mentioned before, he re-signed and got the extension. He's an all-pro. And the Packers, they finally addressed the linebacker issue, and it's fantastic to see there. So I have linebacker at number 4. Number 3 I have is running back. Now, could they do it depth? Yes, they could get someone to draft for like practice squad or like kind of get the 4th guy, but Aaron Jones, he's going to be great. He's like Alvin Kamara, if you want to kind of say, or kind of like where he plays of his size of like the kind of position. Then you have AJ Dillon, who's kind of compared as what Matt LaFleur said during the draft when he picked him was he's the next Derrick Henry, which I have no idea if he's going to be, but he's playing like it, and he's good. He gets those yards, and AJ Dillon's on fire. He's Quadzilla too. So I think the Packers, and they also have Kylan Hill, is very fast, and I think the Packers are fine with running backs right now. There's really no issue. Then coming at number 2, you have the bad man Aaron Rodgers, who is not an issue at all. He is completely fine of where he is, and he's just like got his extension, and I don't get why we would do it because you have Jordan Love, you got Kirk Bankert, who had his knee on the ground to make that knee is what he did in the final home playoff game. And I know Mike got a retweet from that on Twitter from Kirk Bankert. So
MVP, most valuable knee.
Exactly. Most valuable knee. So I have that as number 2. And then as I was saying, number 1, which Mike also had, was CB. Yes, I think they should address CB a little bit for like depth wise. But you look at this secondary of Stokes, Jair, and Douglas. I think that's the best CB group, is what I'm going to say in this NFL. I don't know any other. Maybe the Rams is what the best case could be, but I think this is the best CB group, and this is going to be stacked. Stokes is going to learn more, and he's going to develop more into kind of getting better. Douglas, let's hopefully he gets those pick sixes is what we like. And Jair, no one can stop him. No one can guard. Jair can guard anybody. So that's my top 5.
Yeah, I think we were basically exactly the same, other than I had punter and you had center. And I think honestly, inside offensive line is interior offensive line is probably better than the punter.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're gonna get another punter. So
I don't think so.
yeah, see, thinking on the same wavelength.
Exactly.
Cool.
All
Okay,
right.
that was a cool segment.
Should we just do the mock draft?
You have something else? I mean,
I don't
we're running
know.
a little bit late, but I got time. I don't know about you.
No, I got time. We could just do the mock draft now and just get it over
Yeah, let's
with.
do the mock draft.
All right, it's mock draft here, folks. And what I will be doing is, while we're doing this on PFF, is what I'm going to use for our sites. I have no idea how to use like the trade wise. So, what do we want to do? Just do the first three rounds. How do you use like the trade?
Yeah, let's do the first 3 rounds for the Packers.
Okay.
And maybe we should do one where we try to do the whole thing.
Yes. All right. Let's
I mean,
share.
it might take some time, but
We got time. Okay. Let me just. All right. So we got Packers start out with, and we'll go 3 rounds. Let's enter the draft.
yeah, so no trades. I agree. It's gonna make it too confusing.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like it's offered, but I'm just gonna leave it how it is.
You want to go a little bit slower, so we could maybe want to try to like pause it every, let's say, 4 picks.
Let's try and do that if we can. I'm
And
pretty
then
sure
talk
we can.
about what they do. Yeah, let's do that. Just
All right.
pause it every 4. If it's not exactly 4, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
now we paused it.
They're going up. I think Aiden Hutchinson's probably going to go number 1.
Yep.
I think that's been widely assumed for a while now.
Yes.
Kind of surprised with Thibodeau,
Yeah.
number 2.
I don't think it goes that high.
Yeah, a lot of people have kind of had some concerns about him. I think, yeah, he's a good player.
Yes.
I don't know. I think is it off the field because there's attitude concerns with him?
I think, yeah,
what
it was
exactly his issue?
attitudes and off-field issues is what I kept hearing. Mostly attitude is what he's had. Like,
Yeah, because I don't think he necessarily gets in trouble.
no, he
think
just
it's-
has like.
He's a little bit hard to get along with or something.
I think that could be it.
But I mean, I think he's going to be a top 5. I would think. I don't know, but 2
Yeah.
seems a little bit high to me. I don't necessarily think the Lions go there.
No.
Okay, number 3, Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback, LSU. I love it. You see Tom Grossi's video where it was like about the Texans at every position.
Every position we like here, Alfie. We like this, folks. Every position.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a good pick for them.
Or we start
maybe
with
a little bit higher than I've seen him mocked.
I've seen mostly like Seattle Jets, not the 4th, but the 2nd first round pick for the Jets is what I see.
Yeah, so might be a little bit high. Maybe they want to trade back if they're going to go that route. But I mean, I think it's going to be a good pick. I can't say I've done a lot of work, looking into them because I don't expect the Packers to be able to get to them, and I've just been too busy to really dive into some of these players that are going too high that aren't realistic. So, but yeah. And then Iquanu for the Jets. I mean, I think the Jets could use a tackle for sure. Protect.
I think he's the best guy for like offensive line. The first pick. I think he's the best offensive lineman first to go.
Yeah, I mean the Jets need to protect Zach Wilson, and I think a tackle is important. So if they deem Iquanu to be number 1, I mean, I know there's kind of a debate on which is the best tackle in this draft, but I think it makes sense to get a tackle at number 4. So that doesn't surprise me.
No, it doesn't at all. Okay. All right, let's resume the draft. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Majority were offensive linemen there. Well, yeah, majority were. There was some there. Okay. Let's see. You got Trayvon Walker, who I think he's definitely going to go top 5, which I think this is a great pick for the Giants here. Helps them out very much to address edge rusher because they need that badly. Got Panthers with tackle. They definitely need offensive line help, and Evan Neal's not a bad pick. That's not bad. And then you got Ahmad Gardner, he's nicknamed Sauce Gardner, which I don't think the Giants really need to address CB as much as most people think. I don't think they need to. So I think Giants shouldn't address Ahmad Gardner here. That's the only bad I see, and that's the only thing. And then the Falcons, honestly, they're just up in the air right now. I don't know what they really need. I think they should go wide receiver instead of offensive line.
Yeah. So my thoughts. I think Trayvon Walker is a steal in number 5 if the Giants can get him there.
Yeah.
I think they're probably running out the building. I would hate it because I'm from New York and I don't like the Giants. I think he has a chance to maybe even go number 1 in theory if the Jaguars think that he's better than Hutchinson, which I've heard rumblings that maybe that is the case. So I don't think he gets number 5. I think that's probably wrong.
Yeah.
Evan Neal, I liked him a lot when I saw him at the combine. I thought for his size, he looked really good. As in, like, he looked jacked and like not that big for like a guy of his weight. But apparently, like, he actually weighed in at the combine. He wasn't that weight, like whatever he was beforehand. So he must have lost a lot of weight before the combine, which is a little bit odd. And I think that was what people were saying is kind of they're not really fully understanding what happened there because he looked in like too good of shape for a tackle, which isn't a bad thing, I guess, to be in good shape. I wish I was in that good shape, but it's weird kind of to go down 30 pounds as an offensive tackle so that's a little bit kind of confuses me. So I still think he's probably going to be a good pick, but yeah, that's just the only thing I have with him. Ahmad Gardner, you said that wouldn't be a good pick. I think it'd be a pretty good pick.
They have James Bradbury. I mean, he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think the Giants need to address CB wise. I think it's more safety is my concern because they do have James Bradbury. It wouldn't be bad, but I just think I think there should be a higher need for the Giants to address like offensive line. I think they really need to address more than CB.
Yeah, and in this draft right now, they haven't addressed the offensive line. So, I mean, I could see going Cross instead of a Sauce Gardner, but I do think Sauce Gardner is going to be good, and I think he probably was going to go even higher than 7. So, in my mind, it's not a bad pick. But if you're looking from need, probably maybe you go Cross here. But if you're just looking at value, which really what teams should be doing, I do think it's a good pick.
Definitely.
And then Cross to Atlanta, I think that's a good pick too. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah.
And I think it's good value at 8.
All right. Let's continue with the draft. 10, 11, 12. Okay. We had
our first receiver off the board.
And that's Jameson Williams.
Are people starting to? So we skip one. So Kyle Hamilton, safety, going to the Seahawks.
That is not a bad pick. They have Quandre Diggs and they have Jamal Adams.
Yeah, I feel like if you're the Seahawks going safety,
I don't know.
Probably isn't the best move.
No.
I think it's a little bit of a reach at 9.
I think it is.
Being kind of nice. I think that's probably not a great pick.
No.
Just because of need, and also I think it's a little bit of a reach at 9. I think you trade down if you're really that in love with Kyle Hamilton.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't think that I've seen him mocked later on in the draft. So I think that's a reach. I think the Jameson Williams pick is kind of interesting because honestly, if he doesn't get hurt in the title game, right, the championship game,
that was it.
Probably the receiver number 1.
Yes,
in this draft. I've heard rumblings that he may be ready for week 1, which I don't think is going to happen. But
No.
he could be ready to, in theory, let's say week 4, week 5.
Yeah.
But again, it's ACL, and it was late in the year, right? It was probably
Yes.
around
I think
January
Yeah.
10th or something. January,
Yeah.
because it's right after New Year's is the
Yes.
January 18th. So it's been what? It's only been 4. No, wait.
It's been close. Well, it's been over 4 months.
It's been 4 months, right?
Yes.
So by the time September comes around, it'll be 9 months. So that's pretty. That'd be a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he's ready right away, but that doesn't necessarily shouldn't really matter for a draft unless you're the Packers. You need somebody if you're trying to win now, right? But for the Jets, I mean, they have the time to wait. So I could see if they really think he's the best receiver in the draft, pick him number. And I think he's gotten kind of more traction towards that recently, where he might be the first receiver off the board. I don't know, but I do think he has the potential to be the best receiver in this draft.
Mhm.
Malik Willis goes 11.
That I just don't. I don't understand that.
I don't get that really because
You just
he just traded for Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that doesn't.
You gave up a good amount for him. Not saying that Carson Wentz is the answer, but you're going to really trade for Carson Wentz and then go pick a quarterback at 11. Maybe you trade down and try to see if he's still available and get some more assets. But
I don't think.
I don't think that's a good pick.
No.
McDuffie to the Vikings, I think, is a pretty good pick. I think.
Yeah.
They need
quarterbacks forever,
and I think that's a good pick.
All right. And let's go to 16. Oh, there we go. All right, so we lost.
Okay, so that was a big loss there for the Packers. That set of 4.
Oh God, they got Drake London. That's a steal.
So apparently, Drake London is kind of gone down, and a lot of people. Apparently, he's had a foot injury or something. I heard some rumblings, but apparently he might slip a little bit.
Ooh, all right, so that could help the Packers out.
But I don't think when I said I don't think he's going to be the 22. But
I don't think. I think a trade up if that was the case. Now,
I'm just saying that the other receivers could go before Drake London. I think it's really more what I was getting to. But. So 2 receivers off the board here, and then Jordan Davis, which I think if Jordan Davis falls, you go Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
Even if every receiver's on board, I would still go Jordan Davis. So London and Wilson's a big loss for the Packers there, but I don't expect them to get to 22 anyway, so I'm not super sad. But this is kind of like right after like the Vikings go.
Yeah.
That's where like it's like the murderer's row for the Packers' chances to get a receiver.
Exactly.
So like this is kind of the set. If the Packers were to trade up, it'd kind of be in this area,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I know we're not doing trades here, but I probably would have wanted to get around this spot if I'm trading. So I would look out for if you think that the Packers are going to trade up, kind of pay attention during this, swath of picks because I think the Packers could trade up here.
I wouldn't be surprised if I would prefer it. But I don't think it's going to happen, is if they trade the 28th and the 53rd pick for that or something like that for in that team's pick, but it's more realistically the 22nd. And then you could trade back for the 28th. So I think it's still going to be beneficial for the Packers.
Yeah. Scroll down a little bit. So let's say, I know, again, we're not doing trades. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Yeah. Yes.
If you're Gutekunst sitting here, you now have Wilson off the board. You have Drake London, Jameson Williams off the board.
Yes.
Jordan Davis off the board.
That's a big curve.
Yeah, if I'm sitting here right now, I'm thinking, okay, Olave's still on the board, and he's what? We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks away.
5 picks
so
away.
We could trade up. You got the Saints that could very well likely take him.
Yep.
You got there's
the Eagles. They could. Well, I mean, they just
Chargers could take him, right? This could be the position where the Chiefs might want to trade up, right? So now you have to start to think about other teams trading up and trying to jump you because it's no secret that the Packers need a receiver.
Exactly.
So very likely a team tries to jump the Packers because if anyone, let's say about this, right?
Yeah.
Let's say Chris Olave falls.
Yes.
He's not getting past the Packers. I mean, that's just a hard stop. He's not going to get past the Packers. So
a trade up to here is where I'm thinking.
So if you're the Chiefs, you have to trade up. So now the Packers almost have to defend against that, where really want this guy, they kind of have to trade up because there's no guarantee. I mean, there is a guarantee that if somebody really wants him, that they know it's not going to get past the Packers.
Exactly.
So you have to trade up. So if I'm the Packers right now, I'd be thinking about trading up.
Yeah.
Now, I bet you he's going to go next to the Chargers.
I
And if
bet
he doesn't
you.
go to the Chargers, he probably goes to the Saints. But let's see what happens.
All right. Let's go. No. No. All right.
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
Now, I don't really know if I trust these simulators.
I don't
Sometimes
trust
they're kind of all over the board sometimes.
I think it is. I think it's what there's like just looking at this example, folks. I think it's just way over. Like, there's no way Andrew Booth's gonna go that high or Tyler Linderbaum. Those are the only two guys I just don't see for anyone.
Yeah. These 4 picks, I don't really make sense. I mean, they work for the Packers. If they're going to do that, go ahead.
Right.
But I don't think that's going to happen. But I can't say I know much about Devin Lloyd.
I thought they had linebackers with the Chargers. I thought they had those. So
Right. Didn't they just get, I guess he's inside linebacker, but
I think he's inside linebacker.
Yeah, otherwise it'd say edge, right? Trevor Penning is, oh no, sorry, Linderbaum, right? Who's the guy that's like 25? Or that's
for the Eagles, they have Jason Kelsey as their center.
No, there's a offensive lineman coming out that's like 25.
Is it a tackle or is it just a guard?
I'm not sure.
There's the Tyler. I don't know. There was the.
I think it might be Linderbaum.
Yeah, I think it might be. Might be one of those.
Let me look him up. Because that's a big red flag for me. Why are you 25 and just coming out in the draft now? Kenny Clark is 25, 26. Kenny Clark is my age, so so he's 26. So why are you just coming out now? That's a little bit weird to me. Also, like,
that's a bit of sus there, folks.
But apparently he's good. But I just kind of weird that he's coming out now.
Let's just look at him real quick. Let's get a little bio here. It says he's 22 years old.
22, so it's not him.
6'2", 296. 3-star athletes. All right, so it's not him.
I'm pissed off online. I know who this is. Riveting content again. More with this content. We're going to take Tom Grossi, give him a run for his money. Looking stuff up because we forget their names.
Exactly. You're doing that. All right, but I just.
All right, well I'll look it up. And
okay,
my computer's going slow right now.
Okay,
so
Eagles.
It might actually.
I think this could help the Eagles because this is where I don't think it's a first round need, but I think this might be Kelsey's last year too for the Eagles. So this might not be a bad pick, and the Eagles still need help in that offensive line despite the injuries. I still think they need help. That's just me. From Philadelphia, I know that's what I've complained about is the offensive line when I've seen the Eagles.
Yeah. And then, I mean, if this goes this way, I'm happy as a Packers fan.
That's expected pick. This one, I have no idea what this. I thought the Saints had Marshawn Lattimore and someone else. I thought they had somebody else. But I mean,
do you want to?
We'll continue
the other one, and we'll be on the clock.
Yes. All right. Here we go. No.
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
Okay.
Jermaine Johnson.
Right, so we got 2. It's Wayman. That's him.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, he's 25. So if I'm the Packers right now, I'm very happy because my 3 best
available
wanted guys right now is Olave, right? Go get off of receiver for a second.
All right. Hold on.
Dean, the edge rusher, Kobe Dean, and who else? Wyatt.
Yep.
So go back to hit the X, I think.
There we go. Okay.
So you got Wyatt, Nakobe Dean, and Olave.
Okay.
All right, now we can sit here and make a decision.
Okay.
Oh, Scene too, Lewis Scene.
I think he'll go like he'll come closer to our second first round pick. I think he goes that. I think he'll go like right after the Packers. He'll go in like the Buffalo Bills, Cowboys kind of range.
Yeah.
All right, but I.
So you want me to make my
Yeah,
pitch
you can make.
and you
you
can
can
go, and then we'll make a decision after that?
Yes.
Okay. I like Wyatt. I picked him here a few times. He's fallen, but at that time, Olave wasn't there, so I would have picked him if Olave wasn't there. But yeah, he's also 24. I actually didn't realize that.
Okay, so I just want to see like how is he the one, or was it Davis that had that 40-yard time fast?
Davis
did. Okay.
I like Davis a lot. If Davis was here, I'd pick him probably over anybody. But
yes.
Okay, I'm going to say no to Devontae Wyatt. Actually, not because of the 24-year-old thing. I think age is a big thing, especially when you draft. I think you want to go younger. So I'm not saying I would not be happy with him. I would, but not with the amount of people on the board right now.
Exactly.
Can you click on Olave for a second?
21.
He's 21. I'm obviously really would like him. Obviously, receiver is a big need.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of where I'm sitting right now, and this is kind of hard because if there's one person I say I want in this draft, it's him. It's Olave.
That's my guy.
So you would think I'd jump on it, but if you exit out for a second,
there we go.
Now I'm thinking that okay, we have 28 coming up too, right?
Yes.
If we just do a scroll down, on the players.
Got you.
You got Olave, you got Sky Moore, you got Pickens, you got
forget someone. Hold on.
Where the hell is Treylon Burks?
There he is.
Why is he so low on this thing? You got Treylon Burks, right?
What's the chances that in the next 5 picks, all those receivers go?
I think Treylon
very low. Do I think that Olave is going to be there at 28?
No.
I take him.
But I do think you're going to get another good receiver at 28.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking now you go Nakobe Dean. Really am. So can you just click on him for a second? Before I say that, I actually don't know his age. I want to make sure he's not too old for me.
No, he's pretty good, though. He's pretty good. 21.
He's 21. Yeah, I'm going to go with Nakobe Dean if I may, because I don't think there's another edge rusher of his caliber that we can get at 28.
Well, he's a linebacker. He's an
inside linebacker?
It says linebacker here.
Yeah, but I think he's edge. I think in the 3-4 would be maybe in 4-3.
Let's just check his statistics real quick if we can get something here. Tackles. So I think he's turned more into like a run stuffer kind of guy, but I don't see sacks on here. All right, here we go. So he's been playing the box more than slot, corner, deep, and defensive line. What you see over time. So you just see that.
I thought he would have been. I mean, he's a lot of comparisons of Roquan Smith, who plays on the outside, right?
He plays outside.
Yeah, I think he'd play on the outside of the Green Bay. I can't say that for sure, but I don't think he would have been getting the amount of attention from Packers people if he would have been on the inside. So I think he's going to be on the outside. I maybe I'm wrong, and apologies to the viewers if I'm wrong. But I think he'd be on the outside.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll go with my pitch real quick. I think it's Chris Olave. He's one of the best receivers in the draft. He's quick. He can kind of be like many people say Deebo Samuel's in this draft. Apparently, there's many, and Chris Olave can be the guy. He's quick, fast. He's go gadget guy, and he's very young. And the Packers need a wide receiver badly. And I still think that they can get a linebacker. Like I think Dean could be available by 28, and I don't think it's more of a need for Dean. Like, yes, he could be insurance, but I don't think he's more available. And then with Wyatt, that would be the best. He would be my guy if Olave wasn't there. So I will say Chris Olave is my guy.
Okay. I don't know. I'm really feeling Dean right now. But I do, like I said, if there's one person I kind of really want in this draft, it's Olave. So I'm good to pick Olave.
I think we should pick Olave here.
Okay.
All right, we'll pick him here. All right, here we go. We'll stop. 1, 2. Oh, he got Cowboys. All right, so we lost.
Oh, damn. Why just went? If Ryan didn't go, I would have said, let's go in.
I know. Okay. Okay, so now we lost Dean, we lost Johnson, Smith, and Wyatt.
Right.
See, that's why I would have went Dean at 22, because now we would have been in a position where we could have got Traylon Burks here.
But would Chris Olave be available, though?
No, he wouldn't have been. But you could have got Traylon Burks. Now there's no real linebacker of Nakobe Dean's.
Let's look to see where. All right, so you got Traylon, you got George, you got John Johnson, who's not going to be a first rounder. Christian Watson.
I mean, I would go Traylon Burks here if we're going to go receiver again.
I would do that, but I just want to quickly look at the defensive line real quick. I just want to see here of what the. Okay, so he's not gonna go. All right, so I'm fine with picking a receiver again, if you want to do that.
Yeah, but now we're just starting to think just purely need. Can we go back? Can you click out of players for a second? I mean, out of positions. Yep.
Well, there we go.
Right, I'm not in on Ryman. I've already made that clear.
Yeah, yes, sign.
We could go Scene here.
I think he could do it.
Could go Pickens in theory.
Wait, who's the Oh, this dude, Daxton Hall. I thought he was a safety.
No,
this kid. I thought this dude. I kept hearing safety for this dude. This apparently is. He can play like nickel a lot. He's made a lot of tackles apparently. So I think they could convert him into like if they want to really go after the secondary, they can make this more better.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards Traylon Burks. If you ask me, that's probably why I would have picked Dean at 22 if I had that chance. Because now I could have got Dean and Traylon Burks.
Yeah.
But we could double up receiver if you want.
I'm fine with doing that. We could go right back.
And then not have to worry about receiver again.
Exactly. They could just do that. All right. Do you just want to go All right, we'll go Traylon. Whoop. All right, let me just pause. Oh, we got Brashad, Daxton. Hold on.
Yeah, let it go. We don't have to do every 4 now.
All right.
You want to pause now?
There we go. Ooh.
Right, just go.
Texans got a QB. Lions got a QB.
So Sky Moore went in the first round.
Yes.
Ryman went Sign, Ryman, Daxton Hill. Okay. Travis Jones. Okay. You want to keep going?
All right. Let's resume back at it again. George Pickens got taken.
It's okay. We don't need another receiver at this point. Yeah, just let it go.
Oh, okay.
At this point, I don't think we have much to say about anybody. Okay.
Nope. All right. So what the heck do we want? I don't even know. Nick Cross. No.
Yeah, this is where my knowledge kind of goes. I mean, we could go Paschal at edge.
I just want to see 22. Not bad. 6'4", 268. All right, this could be I like this kid. I like him.
But they're saying that he's average picked at 65 compared. So look at Drake Jackson real quick.
What?
21, 66. Ooh, he had a late season injury.
That's a nice. That.
I mean, I think this is okay pick if you want to go this route.
I'll probably go with him. All right, we'll go Drake here. Whoop. All right, we'll let it go. Christian Watson, gone.
No, I forgot about Christian Watson. That actually would have been a good pick. We already got 2.
Oh, Logan Hall. forgot about Logan Hall. He was the defensive. We could go defensive lineman if you want.
Yeah.
All right, let me just go scroll up real quick.
Put it offensive tackle. I think it's probably a good, the kind of the sweet spot for offensive tackle. You want to go Lucas?
I'm gonna see what he's at. 23. That's not terrible. 315. Oh, this is interesting here. I like this kid a lot. I'd
Yeah, I
take
think
him.
we should go him. Let's pick him up.
Let's go. Boop. Bang. All right, here we go. Round 3.
All right, I'm gonna go. I have nothing to say.
I got nothing to say about any of these. So far, I think we had a good draft, though.
Yeah, I feel like you want to do another round just like we did kind of this.
We could do another one. All right, last pick here.
Carson Strong. There we go. No, I'm just kidding. Safety up top.
We'll go to that real quick. I would like safety. I'm leaning towards that. Brian Cook.
Seems like there's a big drop off after this guy. Click on him.
I want to see. 22, not terrible. Okay, 6'1". It's one of the most assignment sure won't be missed. All right, that's a key thing.
Sounds
Right
like Amos there.
That's all right. I'll take him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we're probably going to take him. But let's see. You want to see any
Other safeties?
no, safety is like a fairly big drop off after that. So let's go to what have we not picked? Defensive line, right? Let's see. Defensive line.
Okay, hold on. We'll go scroll down a bit.
Let's
We
see
got-
if there's anybody really worth drafting here.
I thought I
Okay.
heard. I don't know about. I thought I heard something about him. I don't know. I don't.
I'm good with the guy we were looking at. He looks like he's
Yeah, I want to.
a safety.
I kept hearing. All right, 23, 330, 21. Oh, geez. All right, so he's a very good run stuffer with the nose. My concern is his age. That's my biggest concern now. 24.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see-
I'm good. I'm good with the guy. I've kind of sold on him. I don't even think I need to see more.
All right. Do you want to go him or do you want to go safety?
No, let's go with the safety we're looking at.
Okay.
Brian Cook. Let's go him.
Hold on, let me hit the draft button. Bingo.
There we go.
How are we done? Sweet.
I'm gonna go faster, so it just runs through these.
Yep. Hold on.
Dalvin
Analyze.
Cook, Other just one. All right, let's see
I-
what our grade
Oh.
is.
I have no idea. What the heck?
What? They don't give you a grade anymore?
Wait. Ooh, we got a good one.
What's our overall grade? A-. That's a pretty good draft. Hey, don't say we planned that because we didn't. That's a pretty good draft. I mean, it really was. I mean, I was thinking of sitting there. This is a pretty good draft. I probably would have won Kobe Dean
Yeah.
first. I'll be honest. But I mean, like I said, I do want Chris Olave a lot. I didn't think that Kobe Dean and all those guys were going to be there.
No.
But I mean, I think we definitely solved our receiver issue. I mean, it's not, the
Yeah.
same as having Devontae Adams, but at this point, it's probably the best case scenario if you came away with Olave and Burke somehow. That's a pretty good scenario from the receiver position. I mean, obviously, like I said, I probably would have picked Dean and kind of hedge your bets in terms of positions. But from a receiver standpoint, we clearly did a good job there. We got an extra edge depth than Drake Jackson. I don't know as much about him as I know about Nakobe Dean, but he's got an A-, so hopefully that means it's good. Lucas, I don't know a ton about, but that's an A right there, so they must like that pick. And like I said, I kind of got sold on Brian Cook. I can't say I've known anything about him, but
I'm gonna look into. I'm gonna take his name down and look at some tape on him later
Yeah.
tonight.
I really like. I really like this. I really like our draft.
I mean, I'd be happy with this if we got out of the third round with these 5 players. I
I'd
think
take
that would be a good good deal.
All right.
But okay, anything for you to add, or you want to jump to round 2 and then do it again, and then
Yeah, we can do it.
maybe
Yeah.
sign off for today, and maybe we'll start the next episode. Well, the next episode is our
Draft.
draft coverage, right?
Do we want to do another quick mock draft?
Yeah, let's do another one.
Okay.
Same thing.
I'm keeping this so that I'll tweet this out.
Compare.
Yeah, I'll compare this and tweet this out on Twitter for like anyone who likes our mock drafts to see, and maybe send it to little Aaron Rodgers. I don't know.
Yeah, believe me, he does not care about our mock draft. Our mock draft that everybody else is doing.
I wouldn't be surprised if he literally just went like, okay, I'm going to do my mock draft, and I'm just gonna pick every. Oh, hold on, that was the wrong one. I'm gonna pick every wide receiver I can possible for this.
Do you want to try it on a different website?
Yeah, let's try it on a different website. Let me see if I can get one. I think this Pro Football. Oh, this one should do it. Okay. All right. How many rounds we doing?
3.
Okay. Let me pick my team. Bingo. All right. Is this it? I guess so. All right. Let's draft. Boop. Oh, this is okay. Wait. Hold on. Let me pause the draft. Oh, geez. Okay, so we had
Garrett Wilson, number 2. I don't know if I do. We really want to use this one? What kind of pick was that?
Let's. I want to see what happens in the top 10, like as soon as it goes, and then we'll decide quickly. All right, let's just see what the heck happens. We got Neil. Okay, that's not bad. Meek Willis, Wayne Johnson. Okay, now this is kind of looking better.
All right, just let it go. Maybe we'll try another website too. Let's just kind
of. Oh, geez, Chris
Olave goes 13.
Charles. No, wait. Ooh.
They have a trade or something.
Yeah, you have 2 trade offers.
Oh, this is the one that gives you offers. All right, actually, let's try this. This is kind of interesting. All right, so 22 for 61. What?
Wait,
what?
No.
What is this? What kind of trade is this? I mean, I guess you get a second and third next year, but I'm going to go down 39 spots. No thanks.
Okay, Bills.
Yeah.
You want to know the worst thing is Drake London went right before us.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, I don't necessarily hate this. You pick up a third, right? 89 to the third round.
Yeah. Let me see.
For moving back 3 spots, is there anybody?
No, there was just 2.
Wait, can you scroll down? Can you go look to see who's on the board, or if you do that, it's going to deny the offer?
I have no idea. I'm just gonna. Well, if I can look here, you have the Cardinals, Cowboys, Bills. You got the Chiefs still. You got the Buccaneers.
I almost want to take this. I think that's a good.
I'll take it. Let me see if I can. I'll take it. Let me see if I can accept it. Why? What the heck? No. What the heck is with this website?
It's not working.
No, it's not working. All right, I think we should
have to pay to do this.
Oh, let's try a different. Let's just try a new one.
All right, screw them.
Let's try
Draft Network.
Yeah, let's try that one. Let's wait. Okay, this should be good. Where's my pack? Oh, there we are. All right, this should be good. Next, 3 rounds. What the heck is going on with this thing? Oh, there we go. All right. Let's start the draft here. Oh, geez, this is fun. So now this is going to go fast. Can I even? No, I can't even pause it.
Pause. Yeah, up to the right.
Oh, I see. All right, let me pause it.
No, wait, you can't. You have to pay for it? That's ridiculous. That's why everyone uses the PFF ones. That's ridiculous.
All right. Do you want me to try another one?
Yeah, this one I can't even see. All right, just go back to PFF.
Okay. We'll do PFF once again. All right. Yeah. Boom. I'm going medium here. 3 rounds.
Yeah, we could go a little bit faster. I mean, we kind of already got our opinions on everybody. So
yeah. All right. Start draft. Here we go. Boom. 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 Good.
No receivers yet.
There's 1, Williams 2, again. 3.
There's
4.
Olave. And the Kobe Dean. Wow.
We got
now
Wyatt.
Here's where we might want to go Wyatt. Let's scroll down.
I like Wyatt here. I like him.
Agree. Do it.
All right, let's go. Bang.
Let's go quick. Maybe we'll try it another time.
Traylon Burks went.
All right. Traylon Burks went. Fuck. Oh no. Okay.
All right, let's just. I want to see the
Who we
rec-
got. I think we need a receiver here. So let's just look at the receivers.
George Pickens is what I've been told is a Packer.
Yeah, I think you got it. Well, I hear a lot of good things about Sky Moore. Maybe we want to go Sky Moore.
I don't know. I know Grassi was saying he didn't like him, but I
I
don't know.
think we did like him.
I
I think
don't know.
Nagler likes him.
Nagel likes him. That's who it could be. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like
You want to go Pickens?
let me just check it because he's coming off an injury, is what I was told, from a torn ACL. 21,
Yeah.
6'3". I don't know. Sky Moore, I wouldn't be. I trust Sky Moore, but George Pickens has like that DK Metcalf kind of body. Looks like.
I'm good with either one. I think you got to go receiver here, though.
I do. I mean, I'm up the toss. So you get.
Wait,
you
is
pick.
Steen still available?
Who?
Is Steen on the board still?
What position is he?
Safety? I think he is.
Well, I think Wyatt's available.
No, we already got him.
Oh, we already got Wyatt. Yeah, Scene's available.
Good scene.
All right. Let me just.
Let's be more realistic. What's going to happen?
Fair point.
We're not going to pick a receiver in the first.
No. All right, let's go Scene here. Bingo.
We might want to draft and trade up though.
If we can. Whoa, let's see if we can. Let's just try. I want to try. I want to see if we
All
can.
right, sorry. So let's see. So
Nothing terrible happened. Sky Moore went.
Sky Moore went. We might have to trade up to try to get Watson.
I want to. All right, let's see.
Wait, why do you want to keep going until Pickens or Watson gets picked, and then once that happens, we'll try to trade up.
Okay. Let's hopefully it doesn't happen. I feel like. Well, I think the Bears. Like you see these two teams.
Go a little bit slower. Go a little bit slower so we have time.
Okay.
There goes Pickens. Oh, fuck. You want to try to get up to get Watson? Let's just see. Let's see if we can try to trade with the
Trade
Jets.
Trade 53rd. Trade. What do we want to give up? 132.
Yeah, try that.
And then we trade for 38. Let's just.
Oh, and they don't like that. That's not going to happen.
Let's
Um,
let me try. There we go. So I
nah,
gave
I
up.
don't think it's going to get. You're going to have to give up 92 and 140. Try that.
Okay, so I have the
All
11.
right, try to go to 171.
Perfect.
Try to go to 228.
All right, let's just try here. A 7th-round pick.
Do you even need to give him anything else other than 92?
I'm gonna try. We're
You don't have
good.
to give him anything else.
Do you want to do that?
Didn't we get what was the one we didn't we trade back? Oh, we that was sorry, that was the other one that we didn't get to
Yeah.
work. I don't know. Are we giving up too much for this?
I want to try to see if we can do this. Hold on. 30.
No, that's not gonna work.
Dang it. Okay. All right. I think 92 fits us.
All right, try that. Ooh, actually,
We got the
it
trade.
worked. We should have tried it. We should instead of trading 53, we should have traded 59. That probably would have been better for us.
Let's see. Ooh. Okay.
All right, so now you want to get Watson?
Yes. All right, we'll get Sam Howell, the QB for us. Oh, there's John Johnson, Christian Watson. I'll go Watson here.
Yeah.
All right, done. Watson, now we only have one pick remaining. We could trade up to if we want to.
Now you can go faster. You know?
All right. Okay, let me see what we lost. Pascal, Logan Hall.
No, Lucas just got taken down.
Yep.
All right,
Dang.
I think we need. So now we have defense on line. We got safety. We got wide receiver. See, look at receiver again. You might want to double up on receiver. You want to go Tolbert?
Wasn't this? I thought that was this kid's. I heard he was getting something. I don't know. I heard something. I want to
Or
read.
do you want to look see what edges or tackles on the board?
I want to look at tackles real quick. I just want to see what he pulled up this year. That's not terrible. That's good stats. Okay, that's not bad. All right, I want to look at the more needy position real quick here. Offensive tackle, Luke Gokert, Zach Tom. I don't like any of these guys. All right,
I think we should just go Tolbert.
I think Tober too. Let me just.
We
Ooh,
already
wait.
got a safety.
I know.
We picked up Scene.
All right, we'll go Tobert.
We have no more picks, right? So it's like,
That's because we traded all.
probably not going to like our trade, and that trade is probably going to get shit on.
Probably. All right, let's see. Oh, jeez.
And that trade wasn't going to be well received. The reason why I think we kind of had to make the trade was we needed Watson.
Yes.
We needed a receiver because we took Scene and Wyatt. They didn't like the Scene pick. I mean, I think the Scene pick's okay. I don't agree with it there. I mean, I think that we paid a little bit too much on the trade.
Yes.
But I think we needed Watson at that point. So
Yeah.
I don't hate the way it kind of played out, but definitely the first draft is better. There's no doubt about it.
At least we got it was solid for us, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I think we did as well as we could have with kind of what we drew, but I like the first draft better. All right, you want to do one more and then call it?
Yeah, we'll go one more. All right. Let me go to NFL mock draft. Bingo. All right, here we go. Let me go up here. Thank you. Thank you. Let's enter the draft war room. All right, here we go.
Let's start.
Hutchinson, Gardner, good. All right. I just wanted to look here real quick. The first 10, no receivers.
No receivers, yeah.
No receivers, only offensive tackles and edge rushers were the main ones, and CBs. So
Okay, keep it going.
I have a feeling we're going to get one here. Yep, Gary Wilson goes off. Drake London, Jameson Williams, Jordan Davis, Booth, Olave. Oh my gosh, dude, So
Dean.
that was the worst possible choice for us. Look at this, Eagles even double up on receivers.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Great. Okay, so now
That's
we
not realistic.
All right, that's not realistic at all. But let's just see here. You got Sky Moore. I think we go Wyatt here.
Click out of the positions. I feel like there's somebody that didn't go.
Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go Wyatt again.
Okay. There's
redo this one. You want to redo it?
Yeah, we'll
That's
redo
boring. I don't want to get the same guy.
it. Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that was not likely that the Eagles were going to double up a receiver like that.
No. Eagles have more they need more on defensive needs, is what I've been told. All right, let's start, and hopefully this goes work. 1, 2, 3. Good. Come on. Good. Keep it going. Yes. Yes. 1, 2.
No shit.
No. 3. What the heck? Oh my. 4.
There goes Olave.
No. Bro.
There goes Dean.
I want to see what receivers we have left. No, we got Trey. No.
Burks is at least available now.
Yeah, but
Wow, that first draft really won. We were able to get Burks and Olave. What's the chance of that?
this is just I don't know about this now. I don't see the Vikings getting Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go? You want to pick somebody? Let's just go with this one.
Okay.
Whatever it is. Click out of the positions.
Okay. Scroll down. Wyatt, once again, Zion, Tyler, Lewis, George, Kyer, Jalen, Arnold, Sam, Trevor. Ooh, Trevor Penning. That's not a bad pick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Done. Y goes right after. That's fun. All right, so we can go Burks here if you want to. Or George picking someone like this.
Wait, did he get taken already?
No, Burks didn't get taken. We
Okay,
got.
then.
All right, let me scroll down. Done.
We'll go a little bit faster.
Yes. Good. Dang it. Eagles got doubled up wide receiver. Got Christian Watson. Who's
We already took tackle.
maybe it's there's Lucas. Edge. What is I want to see receiver? No, we already got receiver. What is
We
available?
could go again though.
Yeah.
We could go Pascal.
All right, we can go Pascal. Let's just see.
Took him in there?
Let's go with that. Let's see what happens. Nick Cross. I don't know. We addressed what we could go wide receiver again to see what we have.
We'll go Tolbert.
Yeah, I'll go Taylor.
Or is anybody else?
I don't know. I just chose it. All right.
All right, go as fast as you can. Just clear it out. Did we?
Are we d-
We hit the third.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Kyle Phillips, Alex Mitchell, D'Angelo Malone, Sean Ryan. Ooh, Romeo Dubs. Or we could go Dalvin Cook's brother.
you want to do it just for shits and giggles?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Dalvin Cook's brother. Okay, let's see. I think only because of that, because we took Dalvin Cook's brother. That's the only reason why it's going to hurt us. But let's see. We got Trevor. Okay, so
I like
that's-
that draft.
so basically I will say that that's not true because of this pick. I think that's an A. I think that's an A for us.
Yeah, I think that was a good draft.
All right.
I like that first draft to go to the first draft again. Yeah, I mean, if you can come away with this draft, I think you're winning.
Exactly.
And if you would have went in the Kobe Dean route too, I think that would have been another good way, and then maybe get another receiver at some point. But I actually, I kind of like it. I like that first draft a lot. These other drafts I'd be okay with, but I think the first draft is our best case scenario from what the options we had available to us without trading up. Very possible the Packers could trade up in theory.
Exactly.
All right, we've been on for about 1:45. Do you want to wrap things up?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, we got comments in the chat. All right. Guys, make sure next week we'll be having our draft. Do we want to go 8:00 next week to start out, or because that's when the
When
draft
does the
is?
draft start?
I believe 8:00 next week. So do we want to go like 15 minutes earlier, just to get kind of
Hey, you
preparation?
want to start like 7:30?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're gonna go the whole time, right?
We're going the whole first round
The
until
whole first round. We have to.
we have to.
I mean,
go.
well, at least to the Packers pick, 28,
Yes.
right? So that's basically the whole thing.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
Might
Day
as well go
two-
the whole thing.
We'll do that, and then day 2. If we want to do that, we can do it again. I don't want to do day 3.
No, I'm gonna do day 3. I don't even think we do day 2. Maybe we jump on at some points and just talk through it, but I don't think we have to do it the whole time.
Maybe if we're available for the Packers picks,
Yes.
we could jump on.
Okay.
If we're not available, then that's okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't promise I'll be available for day 2, but day 2 is what, Friday night?
Yes, Friday night.
Yeah, so we'll see about day 2. But day 1, I say let's do the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going day 1. But yeah, we'll have day 1 next week, guys. If you want to come on the show next week and you're a football fan out there, let me know in the chat. right now, or just let me know. Just text me, or just let me know somehow way, email, etc. You can find me on that. So, guys, we'll have the draft next week. Upcoming, yes, Mike.
What's the max we could have on here? Do you know?
10 people, I believe.
10 people. Okay. So we'll see if we're oversubscribed. Maybe we, box people in where like they're in for a certain number of picks.
Yeah. And then we'll have them.
I don't think we'll be oversubscribed, I'll be honest. But hey, I'll ask around. I'll see if I know anybody that wants to join. If any listeners want to join, hit us up. I mean,
Exactly.
you had our we're going to give our Twitter up. Hit up Jeremy on YouTube. You can hit me up on Twitter.
Exactly.
Also technically hit me up on YouTube too, but you probably don't know my username, even though it's the same as my Twitter, so you easily find it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it should be fun. Hopefully, worst case, there's some technical difficulties with. You've had other people on your other shows, though, right? So it should be fine.
I should have some Eagle fans come on next week, so that'll be fun.
Okay. Yeah, just have a conversation. Maybe you can get some drinks. I mean, I'm sure in college you have some drinks, right? So have some fun. I'll have to probably move downstairs. So I'm in my new apartment now, but I'll probably have to move downstairs where the TV is.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, cool. Sounds good. So I think, just keep up with reading up on the draft. That's really all we can do at this point, and wait till next week when we have some new players on our team, and every team has new players, and I'm excited. Usually the draft is one of my
it's one of my favorites.
Exciting parts of the NFL season, other than games, obviously.
Yeah.
On the Super Bowl, the draft is a pretty exciting time. I'm excited.
Yeah. Folks, that will wrap it here in the studio. Upcoming videos on my channel. My mock draft, I just filmed it the other day, which should be coming out this weekend, right before draft. So stay tuned for that. I do have the Packers getting somebody good, kind of similar to our first draft. So it should be good for us, the Packers, and they get some guys there. But that's a wrap here in the studio with me, your co-host, with Mike. And folks, have a great night. And thank you for tuning in. If you're not already, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel to support it. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's our main goal. So help me get there. And Packers, please don't mess up the draft. Is what we care.
Do you want me to say something too?
Yes, you can say something too. You can say something too, Mike.
Same thing as normal for me. Twitter, Arvo15, Instagram, Titletown Memes. Please feel free to follow me, follow Jeremy. I think we'd all appreciate it. Try to get good content out there. Hasn't been a ton to have content on, but with the draft, hopefully there'll be more. Follow us here on Pack Reacts. If you'd like to join the show, thank you. I just want to say thank you again to our guest last month at this point because I had a few obligations. That's why we haven't been able to be on. But thank you to our guest,
Matt.
And I think it was really fun. I had a great time last week. Yeah. So, Okay, cool. All right. So, we'll see everyone next week. And, again, reach out to us if you would like to join, and we'd love to have you. So,
thank you. Guys, just a quick news thing that happened on our channel. Last night, I streamed the Philadelphia 76ers game against the Toronto Raptors. And after that stream came out, over at least 355 people in total watched the show, which breaks the new record of live stream event of how many people we've seen at a live time. So hopefully we break that record next week with Mike. Let's break the record of how many people we have on the stream.
How did our show with Matt Ramage do? By the way, thank you, Matt, again for joining. That was really really appreciated. I did not expect him to join, and that was really awesome. So thank you, Matt, if you're listening.
We got, I think, 100 views. We got close to 100 views from that.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed that conversation, and hopefully we could have some more guests like that. If anyone has any recommendations or knows anyone who'd love to join, again, reach out to us. We'd love to talk about it. But thank you, Matt, for joining. It was really a great conversation last week. And hey, maybe he's having his own draft thing too. Maybe we could jump on there if we're not having a ton of people. But I think I was talking to him a little bit afterwards, and he seemed to enjoy the his time. So hopefully we can have him on again someday. But I really enjoyed talking to him a few weeks ago when we did.
All right. It's a wrap here in the studio once again, guys. Go Pack Go. Stay tuned for next week and come join the show. We'll be happy to have you on.
Go
Tonight-
Pack Go. Let's go.